Being a student is hard. We have to balance school activities, homework, jobs, and have a social life. Try being an athlete on top of all of that. Being a student athlete comes with a lot of responsibilities and time management skills. In order to be successful in sports, it is incredibly crucial that you are able to efficiently manage yourself in every aspect, including at home. I, Shelby Baker, am a 3-sport varsity student athlete, and juggling that along with a full, complete high school schedule and job was incredibly difficult at times. Thank goodness I learned sooner than later on how to better manage myself. Allow me to give you my insight and advice on how to do it. In the fall of 2017, I got my first job as a lifeguard. I was also starting the foundation for my high school soccer career. I began playing soccer and working my job, and that was all the excitement I could handle. Except I abandoned my duties as a student. Midway through the season, I decided I needed a game plan for balancing my life if I wanted to continue my sports and my job. First step to managing my time more wisely was to set my priorities straight. I had to realize that being a student comes before being an athlete, always. What is most important to you? What drives you? Those were questions that I needed to answer fast. The most important thing to me was getting better than passing grades and being a phenomenal athlete. If my grades didn't meet standard, I was not on a team, and that will drive you. During my soccer season, I had overextended myself without realizing it. As we continued the season, we qualified for playoffs. I was ecstatic. However, I also had crucial choir concerts to attend and perform in during this time. I was torn between the two activities, but because of my set time management skills I acquired previously during the soccer season, I was able to talk to everyone involved and attend both. As a senior, around October and November, you begin looking into prospective colleges and applying and eagerly awaiting to be admitted. Around October and November, the basketball season is also just taking off. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a 3-sport varsity student athlete. Basketball was one of my 3 sports, and I had to learn how to manage that, especially during senior year. With being a senior also comes great responsibility, so I really needed to be responsible enough to balance school and athletics and set SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Notice how the last one is time-based. You can't put off your goals and things you need to achieve. You can't just say, I'll do that later, I can do it in 15 minutes before bed tomorrow. No, in order for your goals to work, you must have a time in which you will complete them by. I will finish every assignment by Friday morning and complete 2 a day until then. That is a SMART goal. Keeping an acronym so simple in my head helped me achieve what was necessary, such as college essays, sending game film to coaches, paying bills, finding time for my personal life, and so much more. Being a student athlete is not being able to be just any ordinary child. Any person who has pursued excellence or set extraordinarily high goals for themselves had to experience this. The difference between people who truly thrive and those who do not simply discipline and sacrifice. You can make as many lists of goals and aspirations you have, but if you never have the discipline or are willing to make the sacrifice to achieve them, then you will never reach them. Don't let the fear of the time it will take to accomplish something stand in the way of your doing it. The time will pass away. We might just as well put that passing time to the best possible use. This is a heavily packed quote by Earl Nightingale. This quote opened my eyes to help me realize that regardless of how much I talk and say, I'm going to accomplish something. I'll never get anywhere unless I use my time. Time is everything in this world, and you never get anywhere unless you learn to use it wisely and effectively. Another useful tool for time management is to never multitask. Multitasking is not a real thing. If it were, I would play a basketball game and drive a car to where I needed to be simultaneously. Clearly, that is outrageous and completely impossible. Multitasking is not a real thing. All multitasking does is minimize the attention you are giving to each task you need to get done. All around the world, students are struggling to find time in their day while juggling school, sports, and other activities. Learning from the 5 strategies that I have mentioned, students will be more encouraged and be more able to manage their time better. Time management takes a lot of patience, but as long as you make a game plan, understand what is important to you and what drives you, create SMART goals, have discipline, along with giving sacrifice, and understand the value of time, then you will be expeditious and well organized while managing time as a student athlete.